Hey, I'm Candia Raquel, founder of Centro de Poder, and you are at the Essential Sessions with Sam Curandeira. So, welcome, Sam. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you so
And
much. Thank you for having me.
yeah, tell us about your work with spirituality.
Yeah.
How do you connect with that um, mysterious and
Mhm.
mystical experience,
Yeah.
spirituality?
Well, right now I have a women's school. It's for Latin American women, but it's also bilingual, so we do it in English and in Spanish. And it's a container. So we gather every week and we talk about our stuff, and then I teach them things about archetypes and connecting to our cycles. But it all started it's been a whole healing journey with I've always traveled from a very young age. And when I was 18, I went to Buenos Aires. I studied music there. I'm actually a singer. That's my career. And my mother and my sister are like my best friends in the world. And when I was there, I didn't really know anyone. And I felt so lonely, so very lonely. And I was craving for this feminine connection. So I went to my first women's circle there. And when I just got there, I felt so welcomed. It was beautiful. It was like this beautiful energy of women just being with you, seeing you, listening to you. And it was a really life changing experience. And even there were some times that I was so very sad that I just sat there and when it was my time to share, I would just cry and they would like really hold me, you know. So after that I really realized I wanted to create that. I wanted to create that same container, that same room of of safe space, you know. So it all started like that.
Safe space, a safe
Hmm.
container, an
Yeah.
embracing
Hmm.
space. It's very interesting because it actually speaks of a practicality of connectedness and bigness, like in the presence
Hmm.
with women.
Hmm.
So oftentimes spirituality is considered as something as abstract, like I don't know,
Hmm.
your spiritual energies are like super elevated and far away from the body, and you're
Hmm.
speaking about how you felt and how
Hmm.
being in a circle gave you like this contention. So what is spirituality for you in this view, in this perspective, and how does it relate to being a woman?
Hmm. Well, for me, the spirituality is just feeling connected to your inner resources and just listening to this inner voice that's always with you and it's always just caring for you. And yeah, in that time, it just really felt like always this patriarchal world. You know, it's teaching us to always be efficient, to be fast, to always do the same the whole month. And for me, it was just I I I couldn't really understand it and live that way. So when I found this connection to other women, I felt like I was healing my feminine connection with myself, you know, as a reflection of the way I connected to myself, my relationship to other women. And also this all this competitiveness that we're taught as little girls, you know, with other women that, you know, you have to be prettier, you have to be smarter, and all these really wrong things that we are taught. So it just felt like very healing to find this warmth and this, you know, with women that you don't really even know. It was just really beautiful experience and healing. And after that, learning the resources, you know, as a woman that we have, just connecting to our cycle and going through all these different phases throughout the month. It's been just a really wonderful journey.
Wonderful. Connecting
Yeah.
with,
How is it
with
for you, spirituality?
how it's spirituality for me. It's been it's been mysterious
Yeah.
because I beyond words, and that's what I like about that thing that is
Mm-hmm.
for me still mm, not very easy to grasp. And my
Yeah.
journey with spirituality has been challenging in a way because I come from science and from ballet. And
Mm.
I remember the first time I went to psychotherapy because my father was very ill, about to die, and he died like 3 months after it. And I really recommend everybody to go to therapy and to seek help when they need it.
Yeah.
And the the therapist asked me to draw a self-portrait, and I was like, okay, like this is a Montessori therapy. So I grabbed my pen and the paper and make like a bunch of dots, like a little puntillistic thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I handed my self portrait to to him, and he was like what? He's a psychoanalyst, and he asked me, what's that? And I was like, oh, I am a circumstantial conglomerate of of beingness. And I was like, yeah, because I am made of atoms and energy, but these atoms like fall in my skin every 3 weeks, and I am changing and I am breathing the atoms that Mozart exhaled, and like it's like so complex, but I like this cohesiveness beyond being a system that self-organizes. So I was I gave him my explanation like from biology and physics, and I was like, well, I am not even like I am not like maybe some people it's like all about non-ego, but I was like in the extreme of
Mm-hmm.
non-cohesiveness of the self from this like background of being super strict, like no emotions. Well, that's like a reaction of my brain chemicals of the interaction with the environment, and that's it. Like very disconnected with, I was very disconnected with the
Mm-hmm.
sense of self, and I also needed in a part of my early life this disconnection with the self and even the
Mm-hmm.
body, because the experience of ballet was physically and emotionally painful for me in the sense that suddenly it's like, oh, my toenail failed, and I am more worried about not staining the pink satin of my pointe shoes because they are very expensive with my blood, than being worried about losing a nail and potentially getting injured. Like that patriarchal, even in a feminine expression of the art and dance
Yeah.
with the body, can
Mm-hmm.
be terribly aggressive. And also the environment of the competitiveness with the
Mm-hmm.
other classmates, and the constant judgment and shaming from dance teachers, like you're always fat even if you're at the verge of anorexia, and you're never
Oh my
enough
God.
because we are already seen the Olympic girls, and you're 15 years old and you're already old, like you're old for that. And so
God. I can
so
imagine how that was. Really
yeah,
painful, right?
yeah, terrible. And the thing is that you can be immersed in this
Mm-hmm.
like deep knowing of the anatomy and deep knowing of the body, of your body, and high performing from an audience
Mm-hmm.
while being utterly disconnected from yourself. And I think I needed that disconnection, like to endure that hardship, because I didn't have like the emotional ways to cope or set
Mm-hmm.
boundaries, because if I set any boundary, you're fired from the class, you don't, the teacher is always right or whatever.
Right.
So for me, spirituality has been like, for me it's a recognition, a subjective and personal recognition of
Mm-hmm.
myself as a self. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
I do exist, and
Mm.
my body is changing, but I I am really, and that is something that is beyond science. You cannot
Yeah.
prove consciousness or awareness. You can prove functions of the nervous system, but this like thing of the self
Mhm.
that is for me mysterious, like the spirit, the essence of life, the breath. In Latin, its
Mhm.
spirit is the etymology comes from
Mhm.
breath, and in Spanish,
Wow.
well, also in English, inspire, like inhale, inspire
Mhm.
is like bringing the spirit into your body, and
Mhm.
expiring, dying, or exhaling and expiring is like bringing that out. And that is like as far as I can put spirituality in
Wow, that's beautiful.
words. Yeah, thank you for popping the question and the reflection,
Yeah. Yeah, of
and
course.
thank you to the audience that is listening for examining also.
Yeah.
But these are very important questions,
Yeah,
and
I know. It really resonated with me when you talked about this silencing of your body.
yes,
As women, we silence ourselves a lot. Not just our bodies, but our emotions and the way we express them, because we always, in a way, we feel danger. If we feel that we are too loud, then we're going to be judged like we're being too loud or we're being crazy. It's like our anger, our expression doesn't have a place in this world. And that's just crazy to think about. And it's just really revolutionary to think that just establishing this relationship to our bodies and to our cycles and the way we feel throughout the month, it just changes everything because we give ourselves our places.
yeah, it's taking back our
Mhm.
place in the world as women, as changeable, and at the same
Mhm.
time, it's challenging because when times you that life is hard, at least
Mhm.
for me, it's it's difficult to tend to my emotions and giving fully to what I am feeling. Like
Yeah.
if you find someone that has an arrow in the eye, you're like, okay, looking for help, the logistics, and like if this person is trying not to, I don't know, like a emergency situation. And if you go into like the raw experience of the hardship and the pain of the other person, like
Mhm.
for me, that I feel a lot. Like if I
Mhm.
allow myself to fully feel all that I can feel, I become like unstructured and flowy to flow
Mhm.
with something, but not so efficient to take action and resolve and solve a situation. So
Mhm.
maybe you can help me and help the women that deal with this challenge, that you have to meet a deadline because otherwise
Mhm.
you're not going to get paid and you're not being able to pay the rent,
Yeah.
and if you don't have a place to sleep, it's going to be very difficult to relax and flow and enjoy or like feel all the
Yeah.
feels, like
Yeah. Of course. It's
uh,
crazy how we can be so empathetic with other people, but not with ourselves so much. And I think that is that relationship that we have to heal just to bring ourselves first. And I always say that sometimes we depend on our jobs and we can't do always what we want. But even if we have 1 3 hour a day, just own it. Just
mm,
do
yeah,
what you want. If you don't feel like doing too much, you can do nothing, and it's gonna be fine. Throughout the month we have these different phases. So when we are menstruating, we feel like our energy is very, very inward, and we want to be with ourselves, and we don't want to talk to anyone or see anyone too much. And that's fine. And it's fine just to listen to our body. It's just wonderful to reconnect to that. And just even if it's 1 hour a day, just to
Mhm.
relax and be with yourself and reflect on the month. And you can have these monthly prompts that you can answer to. Like, what do I want to release right now? What's being released with this blood? And just like take the time for yourself, even if it's the least you can do, it's gonna be amazing.
Okay, so take, no matter what you're going through, take
Yeah,
time for you to experience that.
yeah, just to fully feel whatever you're feeling. When we allow the emotions to pass through us, and they actually go away faster if we avoid them. If we are like not wanting to see them, then they get stuck, and then we feel like all this tension and all this, we feel blocked. So if we really just flow with emotions, then we everything in our lives is going to flow with us.
And how it's an example of flowing with an emotion, like what is
Hmm.
mm, a circumstance where one can found and try to flow.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very good example when we are menstruating, because when we're menstruating, we feel like a lot of things. And it's just a very concentration of the whole month. It's like looking back at the month, and it's just this week for you, just to release whatever you're feeling. So on these weeks, many times we have to still do the same things, go to work,
Mm,
go to school, whatever, take care of your children.
yeah,
And sometimes we don't give ourselves that space. That's why I'm saying, if even if you have 1 hour, if you want to cry out loud, you should do it. Just flow with that emotion. If you're angry, you can just go exercise and just channel that energy. Or even if you feel creative, you can just start painting. And actually, this time of the month, which is related to the dark moon,
mhm.
it's a very creative time, because we are very in connection with our feelings, our emotions. So if we want to, we can write poetry, we can make a drawing, we can dance. It's just like a wonderful way to channel all these feelings.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Mhm.
And what has been like a fascinating experience for you to see in your women's group? What's like a transformation that tou- touched you the most?
Yeah. Well, for me, it was always just really important to bring this to my country. I'm from Ecuador, and here in Latin America, it's not very common to have these spaces yet, as it is in the United States or Europe. And it was very new for everyone when I started this circle. So all these people would come, and they were like very curious, and it was just beautiful to see it, the development of their spirituality. Like the first days that they would come, they would be like really close to the experience, but then after a few months, after a few weeks, they would be like so delivered to that experience. And even this experience I told you about, when I was the first circle I went to, and I was just crying, and no one was saying anything, but I knew I was being hailed by all these people. That so in these circles, there are sometimes when people just, we do a check-in, so we talk about how we feel in this different aspects, which is mentally, spiritually, emotionally, relationally, and physically. So this is like a checking of how you're feeling, and sometimes in this checking we cry, and it's just beautiful, just to see how we feel afterwards, how we were like holding that emotion for weeks, and we couldn't give it a place, and then we arrived there, and it's so welcomed. It's like one of the rules of the circle is just to allow yourself to just be whatever it has to be, and just don't block your emotions, just go with it. And And it's just such a healing experience to see this.
Great. That's lovely. Would you share with us a little taste of this experience?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I want to share an audio. I'm actually a musician, so I really want to share this sound healing audio that I made with my partner, which is also a musician. So, first of all, I want you to close your eyes. For all our listeners and you, Candia, this experience is going to be live for you. So, please close your eyes. And just relax. Allow your breathing to become soft, gentle, and natural. You're going to use the air that comes in as a light to scan your body. So I want you to visit the places that you haven't really been to today yet. Your shoulders, your legs, your throat. And allow your breathing to explore all the parts of your body, and as it passes, it softens the tension that it might find. Now, while you're there, I want you to remember and to reflect about the images you see when you think about your womb. What can you remember? Notice what lives there today. Is there tension? Is there peace? How does the world look from these? Does it seem big and wide and full of possibilities? Or threatening and aggressive? How do you feel? How is your breath now? Is it deep and full? Is it tense or short? Can you feel how this place extends to other areas? Do you feel a pattern of tension throughout your whole body? Try to breathe deeply to this place and give it the attention that it may need. Forgive yourself for the past, because you know better now. And now feel the energy of the divine, of the spirituality, of whatever God you want to believe in the energy. I like to think of Kuan Yin, which is a Buddhist goddess and symbol of the eternal source of unconditional love and compassion. So with this image, just start to run your hand over your body and visualize how your aura is being cleansed with this energy. Clear the toxins with this unconditional compassion, so that the energy flows through your heart, down your arms, into your hands. And feel the pulsation of love in the universe, the care of the universal mother, and how it restores your body in every wound you may find. Now place your hands over your wound without touching, and just feel what lives there. And begin to move your hands as if you were clearing this specific space, taking all the negativity out, all the tension out, all the fear. And as you do this, I want you to feel deeply into this metta process, which is the loving kindness meditation. May I be free of expressing the way I feel. May I feel relief. May I be free of pain. May I be safe. May I be calm and happy. May I be able to communicate my needs. May I be deeply loved. With this space free and clear, connect to your deepest message right now. It can be gratitude, love, tenderness. Free yourself from judgments and listen with your heart to what needs to be expressed right now. And slowly, I want you to exhale. Start to come back slowly, very, very slowly. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I want you to tell me, what do you feel was cleansed with this exercise?
It was cleansed. Sensation of hurry. I don't feel in a hurry. I was feeling in a hurry. I have a bunch of things to do today and the week because we're recording this on a Monday. But now I feel more like I am transiting in a moon day.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, like I'm very happy to be aware of where I am fully, like work wise and responsibility wise, but especially body wise and moment wise. Like I am here with you in these sensual sessions, and I feel like I opened to a space that can like contain all that it's going around in my life without that sense of hurry, with a sensation of beingness, and my body feels very happy.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm so glad you feel that.
Yeah. How often can I do this, and can we all do this guided experience?
As many times you want, actually. Daily would be great.
That's fantastic. I think that's a good practice for the audience that is listening, because it brings you back to what you're feeling, and it gives this safe container where
Yeah.
you are welcome, like you in your totalness of
Yeah.
feeling and experiencing.
Exactly. Your whole emotions, you're welcome to just feel whatever you have to feel. And it will be surprising how every time you do it, you will be cleansing different things.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad you liked it.
Yeah, maybe as important as brushing your teeth. No, it's like an emotional cleansing. But if you don't do it as a practice, or well, maybe a lot of people don't even know that they need it. It's fantastic. Tell us, Sam, where can we all get to connect with you? How can we know more of your work?
Yeah, please follow me on Instagram. My username is Curandeira Healing.
Curandeira.
Curandeira healing.
Healing.
Yeah, right now I'm opening a new program which is called Follow Your Own Rhythm, or Sigue tu propio ritmo in Spanish. And it's a really beautiful 9-month program container, and it's a mentorship and also a group program. So we will be having monthly gatherings and teachings every week, and 2 calls one-on-one every month. And it's also a lot about herbalism. So we talk about herbs, we talk about the moon phases, our inner and outer seasons. It's beautiful. It's a whole experience. So right now the enrollments are open. So if you're interested, just send me a message and we will talk about it.
Wonderful. So go to Instagram and follow Curandeira. Thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you so
Curandeira,
much
for
for
being
having me.
here with us and sharing these essential sessions. And to you that are listening or watching, please remember to take the time to feel yourself, to connect with your feminine spirituality, with your sensuality, and to know your fire so you can share the flame. If you haven't already, go to centrodepoder.com and subscribe to get these essential sessions delivered weekly into your email inbox. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Thank you.
See you.